Kochie's Business Builders is proudly brought to you by our partner KPMG, who are helping small businesses grow.
Coming up on Kochie's Business Builders, we meet the entrepreneur whose life-changing apparel has changed women's lives. Find out how AI can help you get off the content creation treadmill, plus viral tips for your social media. G'day and welcome to a special episode of Kochie's Business Builders, where we'll be taking a deep dive into the entrepreneurial journey of an Aussie whose ingenuity has changed the landscape of feminine hygiene around the globe. Christy Chong is living proof that necessity is the mother of invention. She founded her leak-proof underwear business, Modi Body, after experiencing her own issues with bladder leakage, and she's changed the lives of literally millions of women in the process. Christy's high-tech underwear and apparel offers women, and now blokes, convenient, comfortable and sustainable solutions to their bodily leaks. And since launching the company in 2013, it has gone from strength to strength. Christy sold Modi Body to Sweden's Essity in 2022, and now she's swapped her founder's hat for that of an investor. She's already put some of the money from Modi Body to good use, with stakes in 2 female-led startups, an electric vehicle charging company, Everty, and medical tech company Larynx. I can't wait to hear what she's up to next. We've met Christy in the past. She joins us on the show. Boy, have you had a ride. Welcome, good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
It is an incredible business. You've won all sorts of awards. You've won export awards, everything. What was the aha moment where you decided, hey, there's a business in Modi Body?
Yeah, I was actually living in Seattle, and I was doing a lot of running. In fact, I was training for a marathon. I had 2 young children, and I'd started to experience some bladder leaks. And I'd also had heavy periods as a young child. But on one of those runs, I realised that my underwear was failing me, and the only option was really inconvenient, irritating, eco-damaging disposable hygiene.
Yep.
And I was surrounded by tech, Microsoft and Amazon, you know, that was the base in Seattle. And Seattle's also a very organic and sustainable city, the way they live. And so I just felt the world needed something better, and I'm going to do something about it. I'd walked away, I suppose, from my corporate job, and I'd had some time, even though I was looking after 2 young children, probably had a little bit more time to think and to ponder the opportunities for me.
It's not a simple product, is it? A lot of research would have had to go into it, the science of it. How complex was it?
Yeah, well, when I had the idea, I actually spoke to my husband about it, and he was actually doing a fellowship over there at UW, and he said to me, if you're going to do it, you need to take a scientific approach. Great advice, and so I did. I actually spent 18 months developing the product. We conducted over 1,000 scientific tests, and I spoke to over 100 different people, be that from a textile engineering background, chemistry, different fibre and fabric companies. It was a very, very extensive process, which eventually led to us getting a patent on the product.
So you did all of this research, took a while to bring the prototype into being. When you went out and started to test it in the marketplace, what was the reaction? Because it's an uncomfortable area, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I thought that when I launched that I'm just going to have this great success, like every entrepreneur. I didn't think about the fact that not only was I switching women from something they'd been doing for 60 years, so there was going to be a huge amount of education, but also I was doing it within an area that no one wanted to talk about. I mean, periods and incontinence, really taboo.
A taboo subject.
Very much so. And, you know, that's partly why when I launched Modi Body, I really wanted to change that. And a lot of the storytelling that we did was to normalise the conversations around periods and bodily leaks as well. Yeah, I put myself up to a huge challenge.
Yeah, and to take out patents on the technology, how important was that for you to protect yourself from competitors?
Yeah, I mean, eventually it didn't stop competition coming into the market with their own product, but it stopped them being able to imitate our product. And that's really important because we had the best product on the market. And I'd put a lot of time and research and had it scientifically proven.
Christy, we'll get back to you in a moment. She's just a whiz, isn't she? Absolutely fascinating journey. Christy will be back after the break. Coming up, why female founders are getting the short end of the stick and what we can do about it, plus how AI can take the heavy lifting out of your content creation.
G'day folks, Tracy Sheen, the Digital Guide, back with another tech tip. Still leaning into AI. I'm not giving it up on it that easily, and neither should you. Today, we're going to talk about content repurposing. I'm sure you have a billion, maybe not a billion, blogs sitting out there that you've created for your business over the years. Maybe you've got some brochures, you've definitely got some web content. Have you done anything with that lately? What about leaning into some of the AI tools that are available for you right now? You've got tools like Qlip, like Video, where you can upload your previous blogs and turn them into video content. Really, really simple, nothing more for you to do except go and have a play with them. You can brand them with your fonts, with your colors, make it look so on brand that you'll look like the professional that you are. So don't keep creating content from scratch. Go back through what you've already done and created and repurpose it. Lean into some of these tools that are available for you to make your life a lot easier, save you a bunch of time, and maybe even bring you in some new clients. That's it for now. Stay curious. I'll see you around for another tech tip.
Welcome back to Kochie's Business Builders. Now, according to a recent Deloitte report, 22% of startups are founded by women, yet they receive just 0.7% of early stage funding. Firms like One Ventures at Airtree have made a commitment to investing in more female-founded businesses, but the gender funding gap is still widening. In fact, a report by Cut Through Ventures found that investment in women-founded businesses is not increasing. Numbers have halved since 2020, when levels sat at around 6%. Christy, this is a subject you're pretty passionate about.
Yes.
You sold out of Body, now you're investing in female founders. What are the hurdles that they're facing?
I think the major hurdles is a lot of unconscious bias happening within the funding world. And what I mean by that, we've got men who are basically investing in people like themselves. And I think the reason they're doing that is because there's a lot of risk involved in investing, and you want to trust the founder that you're investing in. And we're seeing change. Like, I think at the startup stage, women are getting some funding. We're seeing more women moving into venture capital firms, which is great. But we still need the men within those venture capital firms to take off the gender lens, to look at the business and the opportunity that presents before them.
What challenges did you face in getting capital?
I actually skipped the VC process. I'll tell you what happened. I actually got an angel investor through a family and friend connection. Then I joined what's called an accelerator program called SBE. There were venture capitalists in the room. They didn't even want to talk to me. So I just thought, this is not going to happen. So I grew organically with that, with the angel investment. And then I went out and got private equity investment. So I had really good traction at that stage, and it was the thematics that talked. I didn't have to sell, myself as much.
Okay, so what advice would you have for female founders in terms of getting over those hurdles?
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy, but I think you need to come in with the passion and the confidence, firstly. I think find like-minded people, like myself, other female founders or other females who are going to help you get the soft leads or the warm leads into those VCs. I mean, that's what I did as well when I decided to go and get private equity. I found an advisory firm called Deloitte, a female team. They went and did the introductions and they put the right people around the table. So, right. It wasn't a cold lead. That always is very, very helpful.
Okay, so have you invested in your two ventures as an investor now? What do you look for?
I look for founders who are absolutely passionate, that they are confident, that I know that they are really good at solving problems, and that they're also high achievers, so that I think they're driven to achieve. But the other thing that I think is really important, they're not there just to build a business and make money. They are there because they want to solve a problem and serve their customer, first and foremost.
So you put it all back on the founder. You haven't talked about the idea. It's all about the founder.
It's partly, no, it's a bit of both. So that's just the start. It is about the founder. Then it's about the category and the idea. Is how big is the addressable market? Are the customers desperate for this product? Does it replace another product in the market? And I think the last part I want to understand is their commercial acumen. If there's no commercial acumen and they're already starting to outsource to an accountant to build a financial model, they're not the right founder for me to invest in either.
Gee, that's great advice. Stay with us, Christy. Thank you for that. After the break, we'll be back with more from Christy on how she went from backyard business to global success story. It is time to vote for Australia's favourite family business. Kochie's Business Builders, in association with KPMG Australia, asked you to nominate family businesses from across the nation. We were overwhelmed with your beautiful stories of family resilience, of passion and of innovation. So, who made the shortlist? Head to kochiesbusinessbuilders.com.au/AFFB to see the finalists and cast your vote for who deserves to be crowned Australia's favourite family business. The winner will receive more than $40,000 worth of media and social coverage on Kochie's Business Builders. Vote now to give a family business the lift they need. Welcome back to Kochie's Business Builders. Today, we're chatting with Christy Chong, founder of Moddy Body. What a success story it has been. Christy, did you ever expect it would be this successful in your wildest dreams?
Not at all.
You had to be confident.
Look, I just took it one day, 1 month, 1 year at a time, in all honesty. I was truly thinking about solving a problem and getting this product into my customers' hands. That was the main thing.
How quickly did it scale?
Well, the first few years weren't that quickly. We went from sort of 45,000 to 280,000. The next few years, we jumped from 500,000 to $58 million in sales. So there was sort of 4 to 5 years of extreme growth.
When you look back, was there a trigger moment for that massive leap?
I think COVID, and I think it was a terrible thing for the world, and I would take that back any time. But for online businesses, it definitely accelerated the growth. And also, I think we all became a little bit more aware of our environment and our own health. And then lastly, they were actually working from home. People were working from home, so they could test the product in the comfort of their own home as well, without that fear.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a big psychological advantage, isn't it?
Yes, it was.
Teething problems. What were they and what did you learn from them?
Like, there was teething problems the whole way along that journey. It's a roller coaster growing a business at such speed. I had some manufacturing issues. We had projecting inventory for a high growth business is extremely hard. So trying to manage, your new customers, what sizes and styles they're going to want to buy, and having that in stock when you've got 4-month lead times, it was very, very challenging. I think all the infrastructure side was also challenging from, that inventory management side, your website. There are so many teething problems.
And what helped? Do you look back and think, gee, that was a great decision in solving these problems?
Look, we had many great decisions, and I think the advice that I'd give is you need to be comfortable being uncomfortable when you are scaling at pace. You need to make a lot of decisions, and sometimes you won't have access to all the information, but you just have to make a decision. And then if it goes wrong, quickly acknowledge it and address the problem as soon as possible. So I think being a really good problem solver, being a great activator, and always focusing on, moving forward. And
developing new product lines. What's the process there? Because you've got to continually diversify. You're into blokes apparel now as well.
Yeah, I don't think that we had to diversify. It wasn't, the market opportunity just working in periods, one product for period management was huge, but it was more that when I developed Modibody, innovation was a key value for the business, and I loved innovating. So I just kept on innovating, and I wanted to serve more customers. We also had those customers. We had men coming to say, please, please, please make a product for us. We had the mums of, and dads of daughters saying, please make a product for my daughter for dancing. So that drove the innovation.
All customer driven.
Very customer driven.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, back with Christy after the break. She shares her exit strategy, plus a social media expert tips for going viral.
Hi, my name's Emily and I'm also known as the social media coach. I'm here to give you my 3 top tips for showing up on social media as a small business owner. My first tip is to define your unique follower point. A unique follower point is the single reason to why someone would follow you on any social platform that you want to show up on. A lot of people I speak to, when I ask this question, can't answer this simply. So, have a think about what value you can offer your community. So start brainstorming some content ideas on how you can best communicate that. My second tip is to plan how you're going to show up consistently. One piece of advice I often give business owners is to block out a small 10-minute gap in their calendar each day. This allows you to block out time to create content, post content, and also chat to your community. My third tip is to humanize your brand and to not be afraid of getting in front of camera. Those are my 3 top tips for showing up on social media as a small business.
Welcome back to Kochie's Business Builders. Today we've been chatting with Christy Chong, founder of Modibody, about her entrepreneurial journey. And I don't know about you, I am ready to hear a lot more. So Christy, you initially sold a stake in the business back in 2019. Why?
Well, I was actually pregnant with my 4th child
in
2018. So it did get me thinking about the business. So I decided that I wanted to scale and move faster. So I thought I'll go and get a private equity partner to bring in. And so they put some money into the business, helped us with our overseas expansion. And I also wanted to de-risk the family. So I took a little bit of money off the table at that stage.
So had you been thinking of an exit strategy well before then?
Not really. I was really just focused on growth and getting this product into more hands of our customers. That was always what I was about.
Right.
Yep.
And choosing the right private equity. How important was that? Because you've got this is your legacy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's your culture, it's your brand. It's, you are having a child, but this is like your corporate child, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You become very protected.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely become emotionally attached to your business. So finding that right partner was really important. That's why I did use an advisory firm, because they brought the best private equity to the table. And Quadrant was who we ended up partnering with. They were absolutely fantastic. They were all about supporting the founder. They weren't about coming in and changing how I was doing the business. They just wanted me to get more help. So what they did is bring in some leadership roles so that I wasn't doing so much in the business and running around, working the hours that I was. So having a really strong leadership helped accelerate the business as well.
So what you say, it's more than just about the money.
Absolutely. Absolutely more than just about the money. You really need a partner who believes actually in the product and the business and wants to go on that journey with you and support you.
How important is it to protect the legacy there and make sure the partner supports that legacy?
Look, I just want to say for me, my decisions in life have never been driven by my own significance or even the legacy. It's been about wanting to fix a problem in society. And so with Modibody, I wanted to provide a more sustainable solution. I then wanted to, use it to fight for gender equity and diversity, to, normalise conversations around body leaks and also to help women in need through donating our product. The legacy was an upside for me and, we did get listed in the Powerhouse Museum's Innovation Collection alongside Cochlear and Hills Hoist. So that's really great. I'm really happy that the brand goes on and is living on, but I just sort of want to emphasise that was never what drove me.
Right. So what's your advice to other women who have a great business idea? Everyone has a great idea, but then they're too scared to take the next step.
Yeah.
How do you overcome that fear?
Oh, that's a really good question. I mean, partly I went out and did market research. So I had the idea. I thought it was a good idea, my partner did, but I didn't rest on that. I went out and spoke to I did a survey and sent it out to family and friends. Not 5, 30.
Right.
So I highly recommend you go out to a large group of family and friends. And the feedback that I got was overwhelmingly, they need this product, they want the product, and they'd pay for it. So that, for me, was enough confidence. So I say do that. And then, look, if you need funding, and we were in a position we could put some of our savings from our offset account and our mortgage into the grow the business. So we bootstrapped. But if you need funding, I'd suggest finding an accelerator program. They can help you put together your idea to really make it succinct, that idea, to also put together a pitch deck and to connect you with potential investors as well.
Great advice. Christy, thank you so much for sharing all your wisdom today and joining us. Really appreciate it.
I really appreciate you having me. It's been great to chat. Thank you.
Nice to see you again. If you want to find out more about Modibody, head to modibody.com. And remember, if you're looking for small business tips or the latest news and expert advice, then you can find them online at kochiesbusinessbuilders.com.au or follow Kochie's Biz on Facebook, LinkedIn, Insta and X. See you next time. Next week on Kochie's Business Builders, meet the entrepreneur making fast food with a difference. Fresh tips for female founders, plus how a Korean chicken joint is shaking up the casual dining scene.